Okay, good morning. Welcome to
FamilyMath217a.
217a. Actually, a funny thing happened last time. For Family Math 216, we talked about adding up squares to make cubes. And it was our 225th blog. So in our 225th blog, we talked about adding up squares to make cubes. Why is that funny?
Well, 225 is 15 squared.
All right. And it was Family Math 216.
And 216 is 6 cubed.
So in our blog number, which was a square, and our family math was a cube, we talked about adding up squares to make cubes.
Cool.
Pretty funny. But today we're going to talk about two basic questions in what's called conditional probability. I was just reading a book last night and I saw a couple of fun conditional probability questions. So here's this one. You throw two six-sided dice. Neither of them rolls a 6. What is the probability that the sum is 8? Okay. So we have a condition that we didn't roll a 6. And we're going to try to figure out the probability that you get an 8. Would you like to take a roll?
Okay.
Alright, so there's a roll. Neither of them is 6, so that would count, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to take a roll?
Sure.
Hey, neither is 6 and the sum is 8. Good job. So far, what do we think the probability is?
1 out of 2.
1 out of 2. You think that's right?
Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe we just got lucky. Alright, that's 6. Okay, so how would we think about a problem like this?
Well, we could ignore the condition first.
We could,
You just have two six-sided dice, and what's the probability that the sum is 8?
Oh, ignore the condition. Okay, good.
and then you add back in the condition at the end. So,
Alright, so how would we approach the problem if we ignored the condition?
well,
That's
we
an
could
interesting-
find out all of the sums of 8. We could find all of the possible sums of 8, and then add back in the conditions.
Okay, alright. How can we get to 8 then?
Well,
We can roll.
you can 1 and 7, but this
You
doesn't
can-
have a 7.
Alright,
So it's 2 and 6.
2 and 6,
3 and 5,
3 and 5,
4 and 4,
4 and 4.
and
5 and 3.
But isn't that the same as 3 and 5?
Yeah, interesting. Are those the same?
Well, but if you rolled, you could roll a 5 and a 3, and then with the different die, you could roll.
Put them in the middle.
So you could roll that, and then you could roll that.
Okay,
So
so
it
there's
looks
2
like
ways
there's
to
two-
get 5 and 3. Okay.
So then 6 and then 6 and 2.
Okay.
But
Interestingly, there's only one way to get 4
Yeah,
and 4.
because it's the same number.
Okay.
and then you can eliminate the condition 2 and 6 and 6 and 2, and so you have a 6 in there.
Okay, so how many ways do we have to roll an 8?
3.
3 ways.
3 out of
So how
one.
many ways, right, now we just have to figure out how many different ways are there to roll the dice where you don't get a 6.
Well, you have 5 choices and 5 choices.
That's then you have to multiply them together for 25.
Because that's a total number of possible combinations.
The total number of possible combinations is 25.
25.
Okay. If you wanted to understand that why that's 25, we would draw a 5 by 5 square.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we would just have the numbers on the outside. And we're adding to
Yeah.
get what the sum is, and we would find we would get an 8 precisely at 3 and 5, 4 and 4, and 3 and 5 here.
Cool.
So there you go. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
That was a nice solution. You ignored the condition at first, solved the problem without the condition, and then got down to there were 3 ways to do it out of 25 total ways. Okay, very good. I like that. I like it.